Has it ever crossed your mind that your body might be trying to tell you how many years you have left? Many people tend to believe that lifespan is merely a number, predetermined by our genetic code. However, in reality, the body sends unambiguous messages about its overall health and longevity potential. Some of these indicators are so subtle that most individuals tend to ignore them or dismiss them as a natural part of aging. Nevertheless, scientists have discovered that certain physical changes can predict probable lifespan, sometimes with astonishing accuracy. In this article, we present 5 crucial signs that may indicate your remaining years. These are not just random occurrences, they are deeply interconnected with cardiovascular health, muscle strength, immune defense, and even the body's ability to self-repair. If you notice any of these signs in yourself, it might be time to take proactive steps to improve your health and extend your life. It's encouraging to note that in many cases, these signs are not just warnings, but opportunities. Understanding them can help you make necessary adjustments now to add more quality years to your life. We recommend reading the material to the end, as recognizing these 5 signs can completely redefine your approach to your own health. By the conclusion, you will have a deeper understanding of what your body is communicating and what actions you can take in response. Let's begin. 1. Decreased grip strength. One of the most obvious, yet often underestimated indicators of potential lifespan lies in your handshake strength. Scientists have established that grip strength is not merely a display of muscle power, but a powerful indicator of overall health, heart efficiency, and even longevity. A weakening grip often signals a decrease in muscle mass, impaired circulation, and an increased risk of serious health problems, including cardiovascular diseases and stroke. Surprisingly, numerous studies show that people with a weaker grip are significantly more likely to face premature death compared to those with a strong, firm handshake. Consider George, a 75-year-old who always prided himself on his physical strength. For most of his life, he actively worked with his hands, engaging in construction, repairs, and maintaining high activity levels. However, over the past few years, he began to notice subtle changes. Opening jars became harder, carrying groceries was more challenging, and his once firm handshake lost its former power. Initially, George believed these were just normal signs of aging. However, he didn't realize that his grip strength was revealing something much deeper. His body was losing muscle mass faster than it should, and his heart was no longer functioning as efficiently as before. Grip strength is directly linked to what scientists call muscle quality, not just muscle volume. As we age, the body naturally loses muscle tissue, but a rapid decline in this indicator can point to hidden health problems. These include insufficient circulation, impaired nerve function, and even chronic inflammation in the body. In fact, a weak grip is associated with an increased risk of heart attacks, cognitive impairment, and an even higher likelihood of falls. It's worth noting that falls are one of the leading causes of mortality among older adults. The importance of this sign lies in its simplicity to check. No complex medical equipment is needed. Simply shaking someone's hand, trying to open a jar, or squeezing a rubber ball is enough. If you notice a clear decline in grip strength over time, it's not just a weakening of your hands. It could be a warning that your overall body strength is fading too quickly. However, there's also encouraging news. Muscle loss is not irreversible. Regular strength training, adequate protein intake, and general physical activity can help restore grip strength and significantly improve overall longevity. The bottom line is, if your grip has become noticeably weaker than before, you shouldn't ignore it. It might be your body's way of telling you it's time to act. Strength is not just a feeling of physical capability, it's a cornerstone of maintaining independence, effectively preventing injuries, and ultimately, a key to a longer, more fulfilling life. 2. Slowed walking speed. If, with the passing years, you notice that your walking speed has significantly decreased, this might not just be a manifestation of natural aging. It could serve as an indicator of how many years you have left. Numerous studies have convincingly demonstrated that a slower walking pace correlates closely with a shortened lifespan. In fact, scientific research shows that older adults who walk slower are at a significantly higher risk of developing cardiovascular diseases, cognitive impairments, and even premature death. This is observed in comparison to those who maintain a steady and energetic pace. The reason for this lies in the fact that walking speed is a direct reflection of the body's overall health. The efficiency of the heart, lungs, the condition of muscles, and even cognitive brain functions. All these systems play a key role in how quickly and confidently a person can move. Take, for example, 80-year-old Frank, who always enjoyed his daily walks. Just a few years ago, he had no trouble keeping up with his grandchildren, but lately, he increasingly finds himself lagging behind. He used to move at a steady rhythm, but now it takes him much longer to cross the street, and sometimes he feels breathless even after a short stroll. He doesn't pay much attention to it, as slowing down seems like a natural companion of age. However, Frank doesn't realize that his slowed pace isn't just aging. It's a clear sign that his body is losing its former strength, his heart isn't functioning as efficiently, and his muscles aren't reacting with the same speed as before. Walking speed is often referred to by doctors as the sixth vital sign. This is because it provides extensive information about a person's overall health. It reflects the functionality of the cardiovascular system, lung capacity, and even the level of cognitive health. People with a slower gait often have weakened muscles, poorer balance, and reduced coordination of movements. All these factors significantly increase the risk of falls, fractures, and subsequent hospitalization. But most alarmingly, research shows that a significant decrease in walking speed, especially over a short period, can indicate hidden cardiovascular problems, early stages of dementia, or progressive loss of mobility, which can ultimately lead to premature death. Encouragingly, walking speed is not an immutable factor. If you notice your pace slowing down, you shouldn't just accept it, you need to take active steps. Regular walks, targeted exercises to strengthen leg muscles, and maintaining overall physical activity can help improve your walking speed and consequently, increase your overall lifespan. If walking feels more difficult than before, or if you notice it takes you longer to get from one place to another, this should be considered a warning sign. It's not just about how fast you move, but about how well your body is functioning as a whole. 3. Frequent shortness of breath. If you experience shortness of breath during simple activities, such as climbing stairs, carrying groceries, or even prolonged conversation, it might not just be a consequence of poor physical fitness. Frequent shortness of breath can serve as an early warning sign of serious underlying health problems. These include heart disease, lung conditions, and circulatory disorders. Many people mistakenly believe that breathlessness with age is normal, but in reality, it can be an indicator that the body is not receiving enough oxygen. A lack of oxygen, in turn, can accelerate aging processes and shorten overall lifespan. Consider the example of 77-year-old Robert, who used to enjoy working in his garden every morning. A few years ago, he could spend hours outside, pruning plants, weeding, and enjoying the fresh air. However, lately, he increasingly has to stop to catch his breath. At first, he attributes it to the summer heat, then to natural aging. But Robert doesn't realize that his shortness of breath isn't just an inconvenience, it's a red flag indicating that his heart and lungs are no longer working as efficiently as they once were. Shortness of breath occurs when the body doesn't receive enough oxygen, and this condition can be caused by a variety of issues. One of the most common causes is heart failure, a condition where the heart doesn't pump blood properly. When blood flow slows, fluid can accumulate in the lungs, making breathing significantly more difficult. Another common cause is chronic lung diseases, where damage to the airways prevents enough oxygen from entering the bloodstream. Over time, both these conditions can subtly worsen, leading to chronic fatigue, dizziness, and even sudden medical emergencies. However, most people don't realize that shortness of breath doesn't always manifest obviously. It can start with something minor, such as feeling winded after climbing stairs, needing to take more breaks than usual, or feeling unable to take a deep breath. Many older adults tend to dismiss these symptoms as a natural part of aging. Yet, scientific research convincingly shows that individuals who develop shortness of breath, even if it seems minor, are at a significantly higher risk of premature death than those who do not experience similar symptoms. It's encouraging to note that timely detection of this sign can be crucial. If you notice that you are getting out of breath more often than usual, you should not ignore this signal. It is recommended to consult your doctor, undergo examinations of your cardiovascular and respiratory systems, and consider making simple lifestyle changes, such as performing breathing exercises, increasing your fitness level, and effectively managing conditions like high blood pressure. The ability to breathe deeply and effortlessly is one of the most reliable indicators of longevity. Therefore, if you experience difficulties with breathing, you should take it as a sign that your body needs close attention. 4. Slowed skin healing. One of the most striking indicators of how many years you have left is actually found not in your heart, lungs, or muscles, but in your skin. How your body recovers from small cuts, bruises, or scratches can tell a lot about your overall health. It also demonstrates the efficiency of your immune system and circulatory system. If you notice that wounds are taking longer to heal than before, it could be a sign that your body's repair mechanisms are slowing down. This is a warning that aging processes are accelerating at a deeper, cellular level. Recall Barbara, an 82-year-old woman who recently accidentally bumped her leg on a chair. A few years ago, a similar bruise would have disappeared in a matter of days, but now it lingers for weeks. A small scratch on her arm, which used to heal quickly, now seems to take forever. Initially, she assumes it's just an inevitable part of aging. However, Barbara doesn't realize that her slowed healing signals something more serious. Her circulation is no longer as efficient as it once was, and her immune system isn't reacting with the same speed as before. Your skin is the body's first line of defense. When healing takes longer, it often means that the underlying systems responsible for repairing damage are functioning more slowly. Poor circulation is one of the most significant reasons, as reduced blood flow means less oxygen and nutrients reach the skin, which are essential for the healing process. This can be linked to conditions such as diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, or simply a general decline in cardiovascular health. Another important factor is immune system function. As we age, the immune system weakens, making it harder for the body to fight infections and effectively repair damaged tissues. But here's the real danger: slow wound healing is not just a minor inconvenience. It significantly increases the risk of infections, which can escalate into serious health threats, such as sepsis. Sepsis is a life-threatening condition that occurs when the body's response to an infection spirals out of control. Research has convincingly shown that older adults who experience slowed wound healing are more likely to face long-term health complications and even a shorter lifespan. This is compared to those whose bodies recover quickly. If you notice that small cuts, bruises, or other skin injuries are not healing as quickly as they used to, you should take this seriously. Simple changes, such as improving circulation through regular physical activity, maintaining adequate hydration, and eating nutrient-rich foods, can help support skin repair. If you have been diagnosed with diabetes or other conditions affecting circulation, proper management of these is crucial. The body's ability to heal is one of the clearest reflections of how well it is aging. Therefore, if the healing process slows down, it's time to start paying closer attention to your health. 5. Sudden, effortless weight loss. One of the most alarming signs your body can give regarding your remaining years is sudden, unexplained weight loss. If you are losing pounds without changing your diet or activity level, this cannot be ignored. While many people associate weight loss with improved health, in older adults, it can often mean the opposite. Research shows that unintentional weight loss is closely linked to higher mortality rates. This is because it often signals muscle deterioration, malnutrition, or an underlying disease. Consider 81-year-old Harold, who had maintained a stable weight his entire life. Over the past few months, he noticed his clothes fitting looser, and stepping on the scale, he was surprised to find he had lost nearly 10 pounds without any effort. At first, he brushed it off, thinking it was just a natural part of aging. But Harold didn't realize that his body was sending him a serious warning. He was losing not only fat tissue but also muscle mass, which is a primary precursor to declining overall health. One of the most serious concerns associated with sudden weight loss is muscle atrophy, where the body begins to break down muscle tissue instead of fat. This leads to a weakened immune system, reduced mobility, and a significantly increased risk of falls and fractures. Another issue is malnutrition, which can occur even with regular food intake. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing nutrients. Many older adults unknowingly consume too little protein, leading to a gradual loss of muscle mass. However, the most alarming possibility is an underlying disease. Cancer, heart failure, thyroid conditions, and even early-stage dementia can cause unintentional weight loss, sometimes months before other symptoms appear. The key takeaway here is that weight loss should always have a clear and justifiable explanation. If you have intentionally adopted a healthier diet and actively exercised, that's one thing. But if the pounds are shedding without an apparent reason, it's time to take decisive action. It's important to pay attention to your energy levels. Do you feel weaker, more tired, or less hungry than before? It is recommended to regularly monitor your weight, and if a decrease of 5% or more of your body weight is noticed in a short period, you should report it to your doctor immediately. In many cases, early addressing of the root cause can help prevent further health deterioration and significantly extend healthy years of life. The body constantly sends signals, and it's up to you to decide whether to listen to them. When weight loss occurs effortlessly, it is rarely a sign of good health. It's a message that something deeper is happening, and early detection can be crucial for maintaining health and longevity. Concluding thoughts. Now that we have thoroughly examined these 5 important signs, take a moment to reflect on your own body. Have you noticed any of these changes in yourself or in someone close to you? The truth is, most people don't realize that their body constantly provides valuable clues about their health and longevity potential. These signs are not random. They are backed by serious scientific research and can offer powerful insights into how well a person's body is aging. However, there's also good news. If these signs are recognized early, you have a real opportunity to take active measures. Perhaps your grip strength isn't as firm as it once was, or maybe you've noticed your walking pace has slowed. These might seem like minor details, but they reflect much larger and more important processes happening within your body. The same applies to frequent shortness of breath, slowed wound healing, or sudden weight loss. Each of these symptoms is a signal that something deeper might be changing in your body. But here's what's especially important to remember. These are not just warnings, they are valuable chances. They provide you with the opportunity to make necessary changes to improve your health and take steps that can add years to your life. Aging doesn't necessarily mean inevitable decline. Many of these issues can be successfully improved with the right habits: strength training to strengthen your grip, daily walks to maintain speed, breathing exercises for lung health, improved nutrition to accelerate healing, and regular medical checkups for early detection of potential problems. The key to success is to listen carefully to your body and act while you still have the opportunity. Every step you take today can lead to a stronger, healthier, and longer life.